All right, let's jump right in. We're always told that leaders need to look perfect to be powerful, right? But what if I told you that the most dangerous thing a leader can do isn't making a mistake, it's hiding one? Today, we're going to unpack exactly why admitting you messed up can be the biggest power move of all.
Just look at this. It's this wild paradox we see happening all the time. A CEO comes out, admits a huge screw-up, and boom, the market actually rewards them. Meanwhile, a manager tries to sweep a similar error under the rug, and their career just tanks. It's the same kind of action, but with completely opposite results. So what gives? What's really going on here?
You see, the conventional wisdom, the advice to always project flawless competence, it's not just a little bit off. It's completely backward. Trying to hide your mistakes isn't a sign of strength at all. It's actually the ultimate signal of weakness. This all boils down to something called signal theory. Basically, your team, your colleagues, your boss, everyone is constantly, subconsciously, reading your actions for clues about your real status and your real power. So the question is, what signal are you sending? Well, when a leader hides an error, the signal they send is crystal clear. It communicates fear, it shows fragility, it practically screams that their position is so brittle, so delicate that it depends entirely on this illusion of being perfect. It's an act of pure insecurity. But admitting a mistake, whoa, that sends the complete opposite message. It signals incredible strength and real, unshakable confidence. It tells everyone around you that your authority is so solid, so secure, that one little error can't possibly threaten it. You're broadcasting that your leadership doesn't need the flimsy protection of a flawless image. Okay, so this brings up a really important idea. In leadership, the game isn't actually about avoiding failure. It can't be. The real game is about who gets to tell the story of that failure. It is all about controlling the narrative. Think about the difference here. You have leaders at places like Blockbuster and Theranos who tried to hide from reality just to protect their image. What happened? They lost control of the story and their companies completely collapsed. And then you have Steve Jobs coming back to Apple. He didn't run from past failures, he owned them decisively. And by doing that, he cemented his authority and signaled a powerful new beginning.
For maybe the best modern example of this, we've got to talk about Microsoft. Back in 2014, when Satya Nadella took over as CEO, this was the company's valuation. A giant, but a pretty stagnant one. Now, Microsoft's biggest problem wasn't its tech, it was its culture. It was known as a know-it-all place, super competitive, super hierarchical. It was a place where managers got ahead by projecting absolute certainty. Admitting you were wrong, yeah, that was a career killer. And then, this happened. Nadella was at a conference for women in tech, gave some really bad advice, and the backlash was instant. But instead of digging in his heels or making excuses, he grabbed control of the narrative. He sent a memo to the entire company saying, flat out, I answered that question completely wrong.
And that one move, that single act of public humility was everything. It modeled the exact cultural shift he was trying to create. He gave every single person, from the top all the way down, permission to be wrong, to listen, and to learn. He was transforming a know-it-all culture into a learn-it-all culture right before their eyes. And the result of that shift? Well, just 10 years later, Microsoft's value had exploded by a factor of 10. This was no accident. Nadella's humility wasn't some kind of liability. It was a multi-trillion-dollar strategic asset that totally unleashed a new wave of innovation. This same dynamic plays out on a smaller scale every single day. You've got Marcus, the image protector. He hides his budget mistake, points fingers, and his team sees right through it. Trust is gone. Then you have Jennifer, the reality owner. She admits her estimation was off, works to fix it, and her team's respect for her actually grows. She didn't lose authority, she built it. So this all points to a new set of rules for authority. We have to shift our entire mindset away from just protecting our image and move toward practicing a kind of controlled, strategic transparency. So how do you actually do this? Let's run through the playbook. First, you've got to normalize failure. Use structured, blameless postmortems to make learning the focus. Second, you have to reward people for bringing you bad news. Make it safe to be the messenger. Third, start evaluating leaders on how they respond to failure, not on whether it happens. And finally, and listen, this one is key, context matters. You have to build your authority through competence first, and then you can leverage that strong position with this kind of transparency. When you see a leader own a mistake, you're not seeing weakness. You are seeing the ultimate demonstration of power. You're seeing someone so secure in their position that they can afford to be human. The leaders you really need to worry about are the ones frantically trying to protect an image of perfection. So, the next time you see a leader, your leader, faced with a mistake, I want you to watch closely. Don't just look at the error itself. Look at how they respond. What is that response really telling you about where their power truly comes from?